Now then, I'm going to do another top 5 vlog, and this one's entitled my top 5 dumbest things I've done to my motorbike. Now these could be either things I've just done to it or stupid mods, but basically they were all things done, you know, my first year of biking back in late '79. And the other thing you got to remember is, you know, there's no Amazon, there's no Google, there's no eBay. You know, if your bike broke, you either fixed it yourself or you found the appropriate bike shop. Anyway, so top 5 dumbest things I've done to my bike. Oh yeah, I'll do it in reverse order again. So number 5 is fitting crappy tyres. Now yeah, it's quite boring, but of course when you're 16, 17, you've got no money. Your bike is your only mode of transport. You know, you've got to get to work, you've got an unsympathetic boss. If you're late for work, you don't get paid. And, you know, you go through tyres like I don't know what. And the tyres in them days weren't that brilliant anyway. You know, Avon Skid Masters. But yeah, you'd wear your tyres out and you'd sort of beg, steal and borrow any old tyre just to keep you mobile. Yeah, so you'd always try and get the maximum out your tyre. You know, you'd run it right down to the limit. Not so the canvas was hanging out of it, but... And if you came across someone who was throwing a tyre out and it had some tread on it, even if it was all split and cracked and crazed, you'd say, oh, I'll have that, mate. Loads of life left on that. And you'd fit that and you get another couple of months out of that. Then you come across some other tyres and you're just basically running around on shit tyres. And of course it's only later than you realise, you know, the tyres are the only thing that's keeping you upright. They're the only thing in contact with the roads. The only way the bike interacts. The one good thing from it is very early on I learned to change motorcycle tyres, and I've never been to a shop to have the bike's tyres changed. Always done it myself and balanced them. It's not that difficult. Right, so number 4 on my dumbest mods was fitting CB headlights. The headlights on my bike at the time was quite poor. I think it was about 25 watts. So I decided to fit CB headlights, because the trend at the time was cars were fitting these like rally spotlights, and I thought I'll have some of them. So went to Halfords, bought a couple of CB headlights, look like small frying pans, and I fitted them to me crash bars with you know, crappy little brackets, you know, exhaust clamps, and then you'd have some naff wiring. There's either twin and earth or speaker wire, so that would be routed back under the seat, and you had to buy a relay relay switch that was about the size of a Rubik's cube, and then there was wired back to the handlebars, and you'd have one of those naff rocker switches. And of course your idea of insulating it and keeping it waterproof was just wrapping miles and miles of insulating tape around everything. And yes, they did work for all of about 10 minutes. I think they vibrated all over the place. One was pointing on the floor, one was pointing up in the air. Cars were flashing me. Next minute one bulb will go out because the filament broken because of vibration, and 10 minutes later the other one went. So the whole thing was an absolute disaster. Right, so number 3 on the dumb list is doing a custom paint job. Now of course in the early years you fall off your bike several times, you know, diesel and ice and stuff, and I think my tank had a dent in it, but the tank was covered in decals and, you know, a name badge, but you couldn't get them, they were lacquered over, so painting it the same colour wasn't an option. So me and my infinite wisdom decided I'd do a custom paint job, and in the late 70s everything was a bit garish, you know, it was either that glitter paint from the late 60s, which I didn't really like, so the other alternative was a hot rod theme. So I decided I was going to paint flames on the tank. So I masked, I painted the tank a base yellow colour, which turned out not to be yellow but some horrible lemony yellow, sickly colour. So I painted it all out, and then I masked it all off, and then I got a Stanley knife and I drew some swirls and flicks and lines and whatever, trying to make it look like flames. Peeled half of it off and then sprayed the rest of the tank a dark blue. Anyway, I peeled it all off and I thought at the time, oh yeah, that looks so racy, blimey, my bike's going to be going so fast now. But then I looked at it a few days later and I thought, what the fuck have you done? What were you thinking? It was terrible. It was gone all crazed and matted, and the Stanley knife had gone down to the base metal. It was an absolutely shocking job. But of course at 17 you think it's a dog's bollocks. So out came the matte black paint and I just covered the lot. And to this day I've never really painted bikes. I've never been interested. If you scratch it, you T-cut it out. If it doesn't T-cut out, you stick a label on it or you leave it. You either replace the part or you paint it matte black. I haven't got time to be faffing round. Titivating paintwork. Don't get me wrong, I'll try and look after it, but right, number two. Number 2 was making my own exhaust silencer. Now at the time I had a Honda 250, I think it was a CJ, and it had big horrible exhaust silencer that looked like a torpedo. It was so long, I think it stuck out the back end of the bike about a foot. Didn't sound very nice. Now I wanted my bike to sound sporty, but of course I couldn't afford a new exhaust system. There wasn't that much available. I think there was only like Bike Magazine and MCN. You know, there wasn't oodles of bike magazines that you could take a pic, or you know, the internet you could troll. Anyway, I found a piece of stainless flue pipe, and I thought, ooh, that'll do. So I think I cut a 2 foot length of that, welded a plate on the end, drilled a hole, and stuck a bit of tube in the end of that. I took my old silencer off. Disconnected it at the collector box, and of course my pipe wouldn't fit, so a couple of hacksaw slots, and I held it on with a big Jubilee clip. There was no additional bracket at the end, but I thought, well, I thought it seemed good and tight. Well, it wasn't until I got up to about 70 miles an hour, then the thing flew off. Fortunately, it didn't hit anyone. But I had to trawl up and down the grass verge looking for it. Eventually I found it. All scratched and battered, but it still went on. But I had a girlfriend on the back of the bike at the time, and she had to hold the silencer on with her foot till we got home. So we get to number one. The dumbest thing I've done to my bike. Well, that was cover the bike completely in grease. Now, when I got the bike, it was fairly new, you know, and I was trying to look after it, but winter was coming, and I noticed after I'd been out on the bike, you know, in the bad weather, there was you know, little white flecks and all this, and I was telling my mates, and they're going, oh, that's salt, that, oh. What you want to do is you want to grease and oil the parts, or you know, protect them, especially during winter. So me, like an idiot, went and bought a big tub of grease, and I literally rolled my sleeves up and put my hand in, and I was scooping big dollops of it, and I was greasing the frame, the exhaust, the silencers, the shock absorbers, even the fork sliders and the fork tubes, basically everything other than the tank and the brakes and the seat. Everything got a smear of grease. And I thought, right, that's it now, I'm done for winter. So of course you set off riding, and within a few weeks your bike has just gone brown, and it just looked terrible. You know, all the churned up leaves, all the road muck, salt, stuck to the whole bike. the bike was just a dirt magnet. It was filthy. But not only that, it was now because I put it on the exhaust and even the engine cases and everything, it was all getting warm, and the grease was heating up and running into places where it shouldn't have. And it took me literally weeks and weeks to try and get all this stuff off. It went everywhere. But not only that, I mean, you'd walk around your bike and touch it by accident. Next minute you got a big black greasy stripe on your trousers. You know, you just couldn't go anywhere near it without getting covered in shit yourself. So that was it. That was just a disaster. Right, so that was it. Admittedly, most of those stupid things were made, you know, in my first year of riding. So I hope that's tickled a few of you. And I'll leave it there, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.